I need my glasses. No, you know what? We're rolling, right? Yeah. Good. So you guys don't see this, but I'm going to go off camera, steal Anthony's aviators because I forgot my glasses. We are with Inside Armwrestling. Here we go. Greg's got glasses on, looking good. Yeah, take the glasses off. We'll put these over here nice and safe. Anthony's kind of looking at me like, if you ruin my aviators, you'll buy me a new pair. And I'm kind of looking like, so anyway, hey guys, everybody, it's Greg Sharp, Inside Armwrestling. You know what, one of these days, Anthony, I got to figure out what number we're on. I think we're on what? 65. I mean, that's a pretty good number of episodes. 65, you know, we should hit easily 100 by this year, right? Yeah. All right, so we're on number 65, 66, 64, somewhere in there. Home of all arm wrestling news, strength, fitness, you name it, we got it. I change it every time. Snap, claps, point, clap, snap, point. There it is. And here we go. All right, guys. World of Arm Wrestling. Obviously, World Series of Arm Wrestling. We are the supporter and sponsor. I am the CEO of World Series of Arm Wrestling. So let's start right off, right out of the gate. Ogden, Utah last weekend. Let me tell you something, folks. That was an amazing tournament. Utah State Arm Wrestling Facebook has got videos up on it. I've received the brackets, and it was a great show. Talked to Justin Green afterwards. Again, when you talk about quality people, Trinity, Justin fit right into that mold. They always have. They always will. They ran a great tournament. Perseverance, it was called Pull for Perseverance. It's a suicide prevention. They ended up raising, I think, just under $4,000 and did a great job with the tournament itself, the raffle, for a great cause. Suicide is a silent killer, and it's something that everyone in my lifetime, I think, has had some sort of experience, whether it's with a family member, a friend, or someone that they're fairly close acquainted with. It's a disease or it's a condition. I'm not sure if it's considered a disease, but depression is a disease. And it's a disease that's very silent. Most of the time, those that have a smile on their face and you would think they're doing well in life are the ones that suffer the greatest. And I think the biggest way to really stay focused on your family and friends is just to always reach out and make sure you're asking how they're doing. And not just on a superficial end. I mean, dig deep into it. Ask them how their day is. Ask them what's going on in their lives, their jobs, their wives, their kids, their families. Make them understand that they are important. And it really comes down to, caring. Look at people when you talk to them. Talk to people. Don't talk through them. And obviously, Pulling for Perseverance is a great cause. And, Justin and Trinity were super excited, and they did an amazing job, and they're already pumped up for next year. We will be back in Ogden, Utah next year for sure with World Series of Arm Wrestling for another regional. So relationships are the backbone of what we do, and this is a relationship that's very near and dear to me. So great job out there. Big, dangerous Don Hollywood Underwood was out there for WSA. And the only thing I regret is that I didn't have some shirts for that man to sling. He slung just about everything else out there. The feedback from Justin and Trinity was he was an amazing help. And Don is an amazing individual. So we're really happy to have him as the lead in this organization and the face of WSA. So you'll see more of Don Underwood as the tournaments and the series goes on, and what a great pleasure it is to have him. Moving forward, though, we can get right into the next nuts and bolts of what we're doing. Island Lake, Illinois. We have the king of Chicago, Travis Bajan. Now, there's not a lot of people out there in the world of arm wrestling that hasn't heard the name of Travis Bajan, unless you're a weirdo. Now, okay, I had to channel a little Travis there. But Travis is having his Illinois tournament. It is at the Side Out Sports Tavern off of 4018 West Roberts Road, Island Lake, Illinois. That's the 60042 area, zip code, I should say. Weight classes emulate, once again, the weight class World Series of Arm Wrestling. You've got the 176, 209, 239, and 240 plus. Make sure, guys, this is kind of a big change with us, and I want to make sure that you guys understand the operational end of this, I think is the best way of saying it. The weigh-ins are on Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m., and you're going to be like, holy cow, how is he going to get everybody weighed in from 1 to 2 p.m.? Travis is maybe the best promoter, event organizer that's been around ever. He has dialed it in. He is going to have 4 stations, okay, for the men's. He's going to have a master's and a women's station as well. So that means when you come in, you are going to identify to a station. You're going to know that you're going to 176 or 209 or 239 or 240 plus. They will be for pro and amateur. You'll identify to a woman's area, whether you're 54 or 55 plus, or you'll go to the masters, whether you're 210 or 211 plus. And he will have a separate registration area for each of those. From 2 p.m. on, he is going to start that event at 2:30, and he is going to run it, and he runs it very well, folks. He is a well-oiled machine. He will MC it, I'm sure. He'll do the brackets, I'm sure, and I'm sure he's going to have some really experienced referees there. Unfortunately, folks, for this one, I had originally planned on going, but we'll talk a little bit about that at the end on a little bit of things that are challenging in my life right now, but nothing that can't be overcome, and something that's really just a matter of getting ahead of it. So we'll talk a little bit more as that goes down here today. But King of Chicago is the place to be this weekend. Arm Wrestling World Series Regional Number 3, Season 4. No better place to be than in Chicago this week. Make sure you're out there and make sure you stay involved. I'm going to tell you something. I'm not going to ruin the broth by telling you what's in it early, but there are some names that are going to Chicago, folks, that are going to make a difference come the finals time. So you guys wait and see just who's going to be out there, and I can guarantee you, when this is all said and done, there's going to be some major talent coming to San Diego in November that we haven't seen before. Not that the talent we don't have right now is major, but it's going to increase that talent pool and certainly the competition. Season 4 regional will be better than ever, mark my words. So, having said that, guys, I want to talk a little bit about, and I'm going to kind of put my screen down for a second here. We got our tables, our new tables for the year, and table covers in. Number 1, big shout out to Dustin Laughlin and Billy Ortegas. Even though we're not coming to Texas this year, I still am very happy and proud to be able to say they are friends. And certainly Texas is an area that's near and dear to my heart. Not only do I own multiple properties in Texas, we shoot TV shows in Texas. I have lots of friends in Texas. But one of our good friends in the world of arm wrestling, 2 quality guys, Dustin and Billy, they have and own Combat Arm Sports. And I want to kind of open up the new tabletops. This one here, Anthony, if I'm looking at it right, is the Inside Armwrestling. And what's on the bottom? Bucked Up or Rockwell? Rockwell. This is the Inside Armwrestling in Rockwell. Are we in frame, Anthony? Yeah. All right. So I'm going to be behind the camera here. I'm kind of making funny faces at Anthony, but this is our tabletops, and this will actually be the even tables. This will be 2 and 4. 2 and 4. Anthony, you got that down? So we got 2 brand new tables. We're going to have 5 tables at the finals this year. 4 for activity and 1 for warm-up. Table number 3, guys. Here it is. We're going to roll this out. This is the Bucked Up and Radiate, right? I think this is Bucked Up and Radiate. Yes. We're going to roll this out. What a professional organization Anthony and I have here, that we have these great graphics that we actually hang and hold up. And that way you people out there that have nothing better than to do than to rag on me can say, God, couldn't Greg just iron out this tabletop and make it look a little bit better? But nope, couldn't do that. That's what it is. It's the Radiate and Bucked Up. Guys, Radiate, if you don't know it, if you haven't heard me say it, and we're going to talk briefly about it here, Radiate for us is going to be one of the biggest sponsors for arm wrestling in the not so distant future. It will eclipse the totals that we are doing now, and it will be the driving force for what we're going to have in the future. So if you're not behind Radiate now, you certainly will know it and feel it and be behind it in a very short period of time. So those are our tabletops right now, tables 1, 3, and 2 and 4. And thinking about tables, guys, we're going to be in Riverside on June 28th. Riverside, California. We are going to be at the Lake Alice Tavern, right? I didn't even look at that, and I kind of remember. You're pretty impressed. When everything's going on in my life that I could remember, the Lake Alice Tavern, we're going to be there. That is in downtown, the heart of Riverside. And we're going to have our tournament there. We're going to have Hollywood versus Hollywood. That's going to be a great, a little bit of a shtick there, if you will. We're going to have 2 reality teams that are going to vie for a check for charity. We're going to have that to kick off the event. That's going to bring a little bit of a different flavor for us. And certainly, if you aren't in that area on the 28th, you should be. You're going to be able to meet some really cool people that you see on TV quite often, get some autographs, take some pictures, kiss some babies if you're a politician. If you're not a politician, don't kiss any babies. It's a little bit weird, right? But if you are a politician, kiss a few babies. Who knows? You may be the next mayor or governor or president. You just never know. Those pictures can be invaluable to you. But anyway, so June 28th in Riverside, we're going to be there. Couple of cool announcements, guys. I want to talk a little bit about the World of Arm Wrestling real quick. June 2nd in Chicago. Actually not too far away. If I look up on East versus West, they had us, they gave us a call, or I should say they gave Don Underwood a call to ask if we would promote and announce their date at the Ogden, Utah event. So let me go to East versus West. Robert Baxter, you're always welcome to reach out and talk to me personally. Matter of fact, that would really be a cool thing to be able to reach out and talk and touch base on some things. But on your poster, June 21st, 2025. So the week before Riverside in Chicago, East versus West Arm Wrestling. We'll do a preview for that as we always do at East versus West and for all major events here with Inside Arm Wrestling. But remember, if you're in Chicago, that'll be the day in which you want to make sure that you're available to be able to either watch live in Chicago or be able to do your pay-per-view stream and support them on the streaming platform as well. So what else is going on in the world of arm wrestling? This week, we are going to unveil, well, shit, we might as well unveil right now, right? Who the captains for the house are going to be. Yeah, I know you guys are probably thinking, Greg talked about the house. Greg's all full of SHI with a hockey stick upside down or crossed or whatever it is. I don't even know how to explain that. I mean, I don't want to be, banned from YouTube by saying too many bad words, right? But folks, listen, in every life a little rain must fall, but after the rain we get some sunshine. And in the house, as the poster is about to unveil, you have no other than David Hobbs versus Jonathan Vasquez. Team Hobbs, Team Vasquez, 2 really angry people. Now, you might say Dave Hobbs is a sweetheart and Jonathan's a sweetheart. They're actually really angry people. I've had a chance to talk to them, and they don't have a lot of love for each other. Matter of fact, they actually have a bit of hate for each other. There's a bit of anger, and I kind of like that. We had a little bit of a hiccup early off in the season with the house, and that was not by any other reason other than sometimes shit happens. I said it, Anthony. You see that? Shit happens. But you know what? In every day a dawn must rise. The house is going to be filming at the end of September into October. Unfortunately, with that, we did have a little bit of change in the casting in terms of who was going to be involved, and we have a few spots. We're going to open up casting once again for the next 2 weeks. We've got to look to recast 3 individuals. We're not going to tell you what weight classes and what they are. We want you to show some interest. So, folks, if you are watching this, make sure you reach out to Melissa at RSG. Is it Ready, Set, Go Films? Melissa at ReadySetGoFilms.com. That's films with an S, and we'll put that on the caption and description for you. We're going to be looking for 3 more people. It's going to actually film the last week of September and the first week of October. So if you have that availability, make sure you reach out to us. Sometimes, listen, folks, I'm super grateful for the opportunity to put this out there and put this on. And we have created some really strong distribution ties. When somebody, I kind of looked at that camera. Did you see that, Anthony? I watched you go like this. A director would say cut with that, right? They'd kind of be like, why are you looking at that camera, Greg? That's kind of like, you're supposed to be looking at the open shot. That's kind of like an angle shot, right? That's my B shot. My A shot's here, my B shot's here. And I kind of looked at my B shot, which kind of makes me kind of wonder, is my A an A or my B an A? Anyway, whatever it is, we are going to film the house. Anthony's laughing. It's Thursday. It's a long weekend, right? He gets Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off, right? Well, you got to think, man, this guy works with me 5 days a week. You would think that he'd be really disappointed that he isn't going to get to interface with me on Monday, but that's not the case at all. Anthony's actually very excited to be outside of the working environment for a day or two without me. And listen, I'll take it up with HR and let them know that there's a real level of disappointment for us here at Inside Arm Wrestling. But he better have this video edited, because the last time he tried to play the game with me and he did work, he didn't have it edited. So, snap point on Anthony. That clap snap point means Anthony will have this up tomorrow by hook or by crook. Right, Anthony? Yeah. Yes, that's an affirmative. So, in value, the house, David Hobbs, Jonathan Vasquez. We're going to be casting 3 more people. 7 of the original cast is in. We're looking for 3 more, and then we are going to be ready to go. It is amazing. We actually have Rockwell Watches will be sponsoring one of the segments. They're going to give away glasses and watches for one of the teams during that play. Bucked Up, also one of our sponsors, and a few others that are getting right behind it. We'll have those announcements soon, but it will be an amazing first season. And guys, where this show is going to be seen is going to knock your socks off. But we're going to keep that in-house until we get this filmed and ready to distribute. And then lastly, what should we talk about lastly, Anthony? I don't know either. It's Memorial Day. You know, and by definition, guys, it's interesting because my son is in the military. And, you know, there's always there's always what I call maybe a commingling of days and what they mean between Veterans Day, Memorial Day, but let's talk about what is Memorial Day, and I think this is a fair thing, and we're gonna kind of pull this up on a definition here. So it is, by definition, Norfolk, Virginia. Memorial Day is a U.S. holiday. Is supposed to be about mourning the nation's fallen service members. Okay, and I think that really sums it up as we go into this weekend. The men and women who have served this nation, who have given their lives, okay, whether through battle, whether through aged or are no longer with us, they are honored on Memorial Day. And it's a time of really reflection. We live in a time where there's a lot of turmoil. There's a lot of political strife. There's a lot of world politics going on. The one thing that we have on our side is we have, I think, an amazing amount of respect for our military, a pride in our country in terms of those heroes that go out and selflessly make sure that our freedoms are continue to be available to us. My son, one of those who serve, there's a saying, all give some give all. And this is a holiday for those that have given all. In battle or in peacetime, Memorial Day is a day of reflection. So when you're out there and you have a chance to be able to say thank you to someone that's currently serving or has served in the past, it goes a long way. When you have the opportunity to be able to reflect upon what those who are no longer with us have given us to be here and to be able to do Inside Arm Wrestling, World Series of Arm Wrestling, all the fun things that we do. I think it's important that you take note of it. and make sure that you understand that the value of a single day is more than just a single day. It is a lifetime of freedom that we observe that gives us the ability to live the lives and have the experience on this earth that we do. So thank you to all those servicemen and women that serve. And we humbly look and thank those that are no longer with us. And we hope that those that are still in our midst and in our care that are serving are able to live long and prosperous lives. And we thank you. So on a Memorial Day weekend, Inside Arm Wrestling Cast Day, a good day of reflection. Now, having said that, Anthony, what are we doing about on time? How are we doing?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. We're going to make this one a little bit shorter because Anthony's got to edit it, and he's got a lot to do tomorrow with Radiate because he's got an interface with the tech team. So, guys, we're going to do a snap. No, that's not right. We're going to do a clap, a snap, and a point. Clap, snap, and point. And say, hey, guys, this has been another episode of Inside Arm Wrestling. Remember, when you're out there arm wrestling, train smart, lift smart, train safe. Lift smart, lift safe, train safe, lift safe, be safe. Anthony's going to get a teleprompter one of these days, and I'm going to get it down. But until then, folks, have a great Memorial Day weekend. This has been Greg Sharp, Inside Arm Wrestling. And remember, folks, Memorial Day weekend, enjoy it, be safe, don't drink and drive, and get ready for June 28th, Riverside, California. We're going to be amazingly big, incredibly big regional. It's going to be our biggest regional of the year. Have a great weekend.